Hi everyone. Today our tutorial is going to be a drawing project. So in the classes that I teach, I find that drawing might be the art form that people are the most afraid of. I hear a lot of, oh, I can't draw, it's too hard. I can only just draw a stick figure. So the purpose of this exercise is to kind of show you that drawing doesn't have to be scary and can actually be pretty fun. So the idea for this project is that we're just going to get to know our materials today. We are not worried about making a finished piece. For this project, you're going to need some sort of paper to draw on. You're going to need maybe a tortillon. If you don't have one of these, you could just substitute a paper towel. You'll need some kind of eraser. I'm using a kneaded rubber eraser today. And then I suggest a variety of sketching pencils. So you'll want to have a 6B, a 4B, and then maybe a 2H and a 4H. If you have sort of one of those beginner sets, you can just use them all. So before we get started, let's talk about the pencil lead. Let's talk about what do those letters and numbers mean. So they are giving you information about the properties of your lead. So your 6B, the B pencils are the lead softer. And so the higher up the number gets, the softer the lead is. So your 6B pencil, the lead's quite soft. It's very easy to make a sort of nice, dark, even area. And that lead is going to blend really nicely with your tortillon. The H pencils, I've got my 4H here. These are, the lead is harder, and so it's not quite as dark. You can get sort of like a thinner line. Even if I try to press down as hard as I can, I'm still not really going to be able to get as dark of an area as I could with the 6B. So before we start our project, I just want to talk really briefly about some very basic drawing techniques. Almost everyone knows hatching. You can follow that up with cross hatching here. Also stippling, that's just using your pencil to basically just make little dots. You can make those dots super close together. You can make them very far apart. You might also like to try scumbling. Most of us did this naturally when we were kids and we were, coloring on a coloring machine. So that's just kind of making little circles with your pencil here. You might also try using one of your harder leads and maybe sort of using it to like incise a design on your paper. And then if you go over that with one of your softer leads, you can get kind of a cool texture. So now that we know a little bit about our basics here, let me show you what our project is going to be. So for this, I like to start out with one of my H pencils. I like to use usually the 4H. And so to do this, I'm just going to make sort of really big circular motions, almost like coming from my shoulder. And I'm just going to make circles, scribbles on my paper. I'm going to do that basically just until I feel that I am finished. All right, and so now we have this sort of lovely background, and we can enjoy maybe like picking out different areas and just experimenting with some of our drawing techniques. So maybe I'm wondering, how dark of an area can I get with my 6B pencil? So I might pick out this sort of little area here. And I'm going to press down as hard as I can with my 6B. And then maybe I want to know, can I do the same thing with my H pencil? And so I'm going to pick another area here, press down as hard as I can. With my H pencil. And so for this exercise, erasing is totally allowed. You can erase, you can use your tortillon to sort of blend your lead, and then you could use it also to kind of lay down, really lighter areas of color here. We did put a little shading in there. You can practice and experiment with sort of any other drawing techniques that you would like. And I like to do this in my sketchbook. It's very relaxing, and so just have fun with it and don't worry about your finished piece. So that is all today. I hope everybody enjoyed the tutorial.